Assalamu alaikum. We continue with the class methods. Then we move to another topic, arrays and so on. So for now, we continue with the class methods, the ones we covered before. And in classes, all classes, yeah, shabab, there are methods that are available for any class or any object you create from that class. For example, the one you saw equals last time, right? And we saw what? ToString. Do you remember ToString? So we just override it and do whatever we want from the output, right? So let's just revisit equals, compareTo, and some methods. Does that make sense? So let's see some examples here. I'll go to the basic things first. What class is this I'm in? This is a lab quiz. Okay, so let me just go here and go to this one. Do you remember account? Did we do account last time? And the one, okay, we did some static work also, right? So where is account test here? What's this, ya shabab? Account what? Class. Type. And A1 is an instance of which class? So it's an object of account class. Look at the last methods here. You see at the end. Sysout A1 dot get. Get balance, you know, صح ولا لا? Get name, we added it. But there is something we didn't add, which is what? So any object, if you want to know the class of that object, sometimes you don't know. If you want to know the class of that object, then you use which method? What's the class? Do you see here? Test, which is the package. And what's the class name? So now if you want to know the class name of any object, what function use? Type. Get class. See get class. And I'll show you one more thing here. Here, you can do get from get class. Wow. Get simple what? Simple name. See the difference between the output get class and get class simple name. So this will just tell you what? Does that make sense? Good. So if you want the fully qualified name or just want what? The simple name. These are already available. I'm not adding them. Any class. Let us see what get here. Look at this also. Dot. Do you see equals? Hello? Yes. What else? Get package name. Is the name clear? Some of them are very advanced, huh? Is hidden, is instance, is interface, is member class, is primitive, is record. We cannot cover all of them. But those things are all belong to where? Do you see what's this now here? What do you see here? No. Here. Class. These are not from account. These are from class. The top class in Java. Does that make sense? They are available to any object. Tamam. Wow. Do you see this? Okay. So now, do you see the difference between get class and get what? Simple name. Type. Give me a usage of this. Easy. I'll go here and show you how to make a use of this. Where is the class test account? Did we do a ToString here? Okay. Here, not ToString. What was it? Get details. طيب. Yalla, do you want me to do what? But ToString needs to return what, ya shabab? Okay, خلاص. Now, okay. And now, what to do now? I can make printf or something, but its best thing is to do what? String details equals to what? String dot format. What do you want in the format? Sorry. String dot format, and let us just see what we need. Okay. What here? This dot what? Get name. And what's this? Balance. And what else you need? Huh? Type. bank address. I don't want bank address. And I want to show you example how to use get class name. Look at this here. Return what here? Details. That's fine. Tamam. So I will go to where? To tester and output. See, okay, I'll output which one? Only the object. So last output will be what? The object. Is this to string? Is it? Right. Can I add where here? I go back to the class account. I will add the class name here. What? Account dot what? No get, huh? Do you see anything here from account? Huh? Or this dot get what? Get class dot what? Get get simple name. Okay. شو عندنا كمان plus this is what here, and I can say this dot get name, right? Well, what mistake I made? I need a plus here, right? So look at the previous output now. Okay, and look at the current output here. Is it one of the uses? Is it? So this is one way. If you want to know what's the class, you just get class. If you say get class, it will give you all the package names. If you just want the class itself name without package, so use which one? So are we done with the first method? طيب, let's see compareTo. compareTo يا شباب. We will come back to compareTo after 3-4 weeks. But here, how I used compareTo. If they are equal or not. You know, it depends on the example itself. If you're talking about cars, it's your way how to compare to. If I'm comparing two integers, it's all about the value, yes or no? But with objects, it's different. You don't compare objects like primitive data types. If it's a car, how two cars are equal? Maybe if they are of the same class. Class, I mean car class, يعني sedan, four-wheel drive, super heavy duty, whatever. If you are comparing two students, how they are equal? Maybe, no, maybe if they have the same GPA and finish the same number of credit hours, yes or no? You decide. Here, usually compareTo, ya shabab, you need to understand it now, but later you will use this in an amazing way to sort lists. If this get balance is greater than other get balance, return what? 1. If it's equal, return what? What? 0. يعني compareTo here, we are using compareTo. Usually, if one object is greater than the other, we return what? If they are equal, we return what? If the current object is less than the past parameter objects, we're going to return what? طيب, this is what? A bank account. We selected what? Balance. تمام. But if it's what? For example, where is triangle? Did we do compareTo in triangle? Huh? We did equals. طيب, how? يلا. Public what? What does it return compareTo? Integer. Compare what? To. And you are passing what to it? Another triangle, right? I'll call it other. This is a nice way of not mixing. Now, what? If this dot what? Get what? Area. Do you want to get the area? How do you want to compare two triangles? By area, by maybe if both sides must be equal, because the area might not be equal. صح ولا لا؟ يعني both sides are equal, the area are equal. But if both sides are different, still the area may be equal. صح ولا لا? Depending on the values. You decide. يعني if I ask you return true or return 0 if the area is equal, that's fine. Here, what we're gonna do? Let us do with the area. If this dot what? Get what? Area is what? Larger than what? Other dot what? Get area, then return what? Return 1. Else if what? This dot what? Get area equal what? Other dot what? Get area, return what? return 0. And finally, else, what we will return? Return what? -1. Does that make sense? So what do we need to do here? Parentheses. And here we do what? Is the syntax correct? So now, compareTo returns what? An integer. So if we look at this one, for example, here, compareTo, if ID is equal other ID, but sometimes you can make it complicated, ya shabab, tamam? You can, it depends on the example, huh? If I tell you two students are equal if they are in the same year and their GPA in the same category, يعني, for example, let us say GPA from 3 to 4 is a category, from 2 to 3, يعني they don't have to be equal. So, and I could say what? They don't have to be equal, but they both have GPA between 3 and what? Or the same category. Does that make sense? ماشي? So now here, يلا, now I'll go what? Triangle test. يلا. Sys out, what do you want from me here? Sys out dot, sorry. What do you want? T1 compares to what? T2, T3, I don't care. We will see some results. صح ولا لا? what do you get here? Y1. T1. طيب شوفوا معي. This is 8 and 6, صح? I'll make it 6 and 8. Are they equal? صح. They will be equal, صح? The area. The side and height are different, but the area is going to be the same. Yes or no? So did you understand my point? It depends. يعني, it's not a rule. Now what you get here? I think this is clear. صح ولا لا? طيب, do you think you can? Does that make sense? Now what about equals? يلا. Now maybe equals should return what first? True or false? How do you want two accounts to be equal? What is equal? Here. Get balance. Now احنا we made عملنا قوانين خاصة فينا, right? We did our own rules, right? We said if the difference between the balance is what? Here, what did we say? If the difference is less than 1,000, then they are what? يعني they don't have to be equal with a 1 dirham. Do you get my point? Did you understand what I'm doing here? So depending on the example, what you know as a programmer, you need to return what? And you need to compare the attributes and depending on the given example. Does that make sense? And equals will return either what? True or compares to returns 1, 0 and -1. Go ahead. Absolute, yeah, from math. If 1 is less, it will not return negative value. You know that, tamam. Good. So this is compareTo method. And here is clear now. You get the result and you can use the result, tamam? Okay. يعني, if I want to find here, if I want to find in the account test who has more money in his account, what should I do? Tell me. If what? A1 dot compares to dot what? A1 صح اسمها؟ شو الغلط طيب؟ A1 dot compare to A3 تمام is greater than 0, which is what? أو equals 1 صح ولا لا? Yes or no? Then what I can say here? A1 sys out A1 dot get name what? Plus has more follows than what? Than who? Than what? Plus what? Than لسه هون صح؟ Than who? حاضر plus A3 dot get what? Do you get this is one use of it صح؟ Yeah, see the here else what to do? طبعا else you know what I'm gonna do صح؟ What I'm gonna do? قول لهم يا عبد الرحيم, قول لهم what I'm gonna do يا عبد الرحيم. A3 has more what? يلا run. Let's see the output. Ja'far has more فلوس than who? ماشي الحال. Do we get this? So this is what? This is equals and I showed you what? compareTo. يا شباب equals. Let us talk about equals, and go ahead. What's your question first?
You have another statement and compare because
Where?
Equal
Where?
on else.
Here?
No, the compare. There's also an equal, not only more.
Where is it? Here.
Yes. There's an equal set. So
Here compared to, not equals. In the equals, I have my own way, صح? Here compared to, exactly. I want the balance exactly. تمام. So it depends on, it's up to you. We have just given examples. تمام. We are making our own rules, right? طيب. Now let us differentiate between, what's this example يا شباب here? Car or circle or account. This is what? A student. Let us see triangle. Does that make sense? خليكم معي شوي. What's the difference between triangle T1 and triangle T2? What's the difference? أو خليكم معي ها. يلا خليكم معي. Here. Let's see this. What's the difference between T2 and T3? What's the difference? In memory now, how many triangle objects I have? What's the first one? T1. What's the second one? T2. Right. Now, T2, صح? And what about T3? Is it a separate object in memory? No. What is it? What did we call it? Alias. A different name, صح ولا لا? So T2 is there. There is a T2 and T3, but it points to where? It has nothing. You believe me, sir?
Yes.
How are you gonna believe me? If I make changes to T2, 3, and we see the changes where also? صح ولا لا? يعني if you make changes to T2, they are limited to who? But since now, if I'm making changes to T1 or T3, it's the same, then we have one object, صح? And these are two different names for the same object. Do you believe that, صح? Okay, good. طيب. Well, let's make sure you do this. Now, what is triangle one dimensions? What is it? 9 by 9. Now see what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say T3 dot set base equal 5. What is T3 base? Okay. Type here I'm gonna print T1 dot get base. We expect يعني in other languages or حاضر. Dot what? Get base, right? And let us see the output. What do we get? 5. 0 هاي من مكان تاني جاي. Here. 5. So, did we have two triangles? No, one. T1 and you can do whatever you want. So, done? Sir? Done?
I'm waiting for
Okay, that's fine. So now here, let us make T4 now. طبعا, did you understand that we only have one? طيب. T4, what's this? Is equal to what? A new triangle. Does that make sense? طيب. What constructors I have in the triangle? Oh, I have all of them. صح ولا لا? So that's good. تمام. طب I want T4 to be exactly the same as what? But not T1. يعني I want to make a copy of T1. You understand my point? يعني I want the same dimensions but a separate object in memory. So wait. خليك معي. Can I say T1 dot get base, comma, T1 dot get what? So now I am creating a new triangle object. Do you agree? Did I use the word new? And the features here I'm using from where? طيب. Now sys out. خليكم معي. T1 dot get what? Area. And T4 dot what? T4 dot get area. The area is expected to be the same, yes or no? صح؟ طيب, now we need to make sure they are 2, not 1. صح? So I'll go to T4 dot set base. I'll make it 999. Does that make sense? After this, I'll repeat the same. Do you get this, ya shabab? Do you get this? Okay. Did it change T4? So T4 was a different, totally different one. T4, and it was kind of a copy, but a complete copy. I don't want to get confused by, here we have our own what? And our own what? But this guy is just what? So now, for T3 and T2, if we use equal, it's like you compare integers, we will get true. Yeah, صح ولا لا? Because what will be compared here? No, the memory reference, the address in memory will be compared. Is it the same for T3 and T1? Huh? You don't believe that? هلا بنشوف. He doesn't believe me. So let us see. See what I'm gonna do, ya shabab. I'm gonna comment the toString. معلش. I'm gonna comment the toString. So now if I output a triangle, what's gonna happen? Yes, okay, تمام. طيب خليك معي شوي. Here, see what I'm gonna do. Sys out T1 and sys out T3. صح? These are two. T3 is just what? A reference to T1. Yes or no? Wow. Is it the same? طب استنى شوي. معناته ايش؟ ها؟ شو رايك نحط بالنص بينهم مين؟ لا T4 لسه ما كانش مولود. صح؟ نحط بينهم هو. T2. Is it the same? T2, is it the same? But T1 and T3, what? Their memory reference is what? طيب, now we need to output here what? We need to output what? You know why I removed toString? Because if toString is there, I will not see this. صح ولا لا? Yeah. So now I'll do T4 and I will comment all of these things. So now what output is gonna be? Okay. So T4 is different from T, but T3 and T1 are what? The same. So now my output, ya صديقي, here, my output here is gonna be if T3 equal T1, this will be what? True. But if you want to compare objects, صح? But if I do this, T3 and T2, are they the same? If you compare objects like this, they are not the same. صح ولا لا? However, you do not compare objects like this. You compare objects using dot equals. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? And now, maybe they are equal, by the way. والله ما بعرف. Are they equal? T3, when T3? Yeah, T2. هلا بدي ارجعهم equal انا, ها؟ خليكم معي here. بدي ارجعهم what? I think they are equal now. Equal. So, طبعا شيء. T3. What is T3 يا شباب? No, here. T1. T what? T كم بدنا نناقش؟ T3. T1 صح؟ لا, هو احنا بدنا نناقش T3 و T2 صح؟ They are not equal? ليه؟
عشان فوق
عملنا تعديل؟
لا فوق البرايم 9 وده 8.
Oh yeah, خلاص. Let us make. I think I did change it. Now it's back the same size. Okay. Good. So, but now if I do 4, is it equals to? Is 4 equals to? Yes or no? صح? 4 equals 1 صح? 1 صح? خليك معي. 4 is equal what here? 1. Equals will return true because the dimensions are what? However, equal will return what? Because equal will compare what, يا شباب? Will compare memory, and that thing is totally different because this is a new what? Object. تمام. To string just printing. Okay. No, it does not get you a decision. طيب معانا مرة ثانية. So I will go to triangle يا شباب here. Okay. Now let's see what we have. Look at this object. There are various ways to create exact copy or a clone of an object. I will show you some here. Student S2. Is it equal to new student? Did we say new here? So we are creating a new object, صح? Do you want all the parameters and attributes to be the same? You can use those of who? In the construct. Does that make sense? So now all attributes and variables will be having the same. So S2 is a copy or a clone of what? S1. If you already have two objects, say S1 and S2, and you want to have the data in S2 identical to be in S1, then this is called what? In this. طيب أنا شو بيعمل هو هون؟ خليكم معي. What is gonna do here? Huh? No, inside, يلا. Let us go to, let me see. Well, I have circle. I have a student. I will do it on a student. Look at that. How you copy, how you ask one copy, one object, copy yourself, copy. مش reference. Copy. يعني, did we create equals method? Did we create compare to? Can I ask the object to copy? Yes. Huh? Here is how to copy. Let us do it. I'll not do it student. I'll go to what? Triangle. What does it return usually? Does it return anything here? Including what? But something is missing here, صح? But, huh? Let us see here. تمام. So I'll make what? Public what? Void what? Copy. And this is what? Triangle, صح? Okay. I'll call it as usual what? This is a nice name. If someone tells you copy, so what are you going to say? Other dot set base this dot what? Get what? See, when you use methods and these things and you have standard naming, other dot set height equals this dot what? Get height. But يا شباب, this object must have been created. يعني this triangle must have been someone created, said new object. طيب, I'll go to tester here. Huh? Triangle 3, يلا. New story. Triangle 3 equals what? New triangle. Does that make sense? Did we say new? طيب, now see. What should I do now? T1 dot copy T3. يعني T1 copy all your attributes into which object? Now the objects here T ايش احنا قلنا؟ T1 and T3 صح؟ This one should be false صح؟ Because they are two different objects. But this one, because they have the same attributes. Let us see this. يعني the output should be one is true and the other is what? Now you believe that صح ولا لا؟ طبعا يا شباب, there is a difference between copy and clone. Clone means يعني هو في clone أعلى شوي من copy, because sometimes the object might have other objects inside it. Clone, also other objects will be created separately. So I don't want let us see what in this and you want to create a new object with identical data, then this is called what? Cloning. Here we assume يعني one of them, by the way, is called shallow copy. عارفين شو عن shallow بالانجلش؟ مي ضحلة، ها؟ مي يعني مش عميقة. وانا سطح يرضى عليك يا عم عبد الرحمن. اوكي. ما في يجي عليه ساعات رحمانية، ها؟ يكون مصلي الظهر حاضر، ها؟ وانفتحت عليه. تمام. So sometimes we call this shallow copy and the other will call what? deep copy. And myself, I don't want to get through this now because we will come to it later after I teach you what composition. But now, do you see how you copy? Huh? Do you see how you copy that? تمام. I will just show you an example here. بدناش في string. Which one we have string? Account. The account has a string. What? صح ولا لا? Right? Can we go here to account and say what? Account في عنده name. Yes or no? ماشي? So here what to do يا شباب? Public what? Void copy. And here I will send what? And I will call it what? Now what should I do? Other dot set what? Name equals what? This dot get what? فيش غير البالانس. Other dot get set صح ولا لا؟ فيش غير balance set what? Balance this dot get balance. فيش تاني؟ طيب so خليني اتاكد ما في شيء تاني. ما في balance public static double bank balance. This is okay. Count, these are static. Do they belong to the object or to the class? And this one, is it part of the object or the class? So you don't compare static things between two objects because it's definitely the same. Because actually the object does not have a copy of any static thing. It's all in what? So now what we're going to compare now? What? Name and what? طيب خلينا نروح لاكونت تيست. يلا معايا يا شباب here. Account test. Did we create equals and compare to? What is equals? طيب معلش انا بس بدي اخليها ايش؟ Okay. بس equals here. We need to change it. We need to make sure the name is also what? أو خلينا نشوف. The balance. We will see. Did we create compare to and equals? تمام. So now here. Account. علي كم بحسابه يا شباب؟ علي كم بحسابه؟ So A1.copy مين؟ A2. Do you agree? صح؟ خلينا نعمل sys out A1 و sys out مين؟ 2 A2. خلينا نشوف أول إحنا شو عنا. تمام؟ طيب يلا sys out what now؟ عارفين شو راح أعمل؟ A1 equal what؟ This will compare memory reference, yes or no? Is it the same? بس if you use equals فهمتوها؟ I am never عمري ما شرحتها بهالتفاصيل Does that make sense? Is it clear now? Good. This is true and that one is what? False. هلا clone is a bit advanced. Okay? And I promise to come back to clone after I finish what? Composition.